Greetings and welcome to our daily Zohar. We'd like to welcome you again for joining us. Thank you for joining us and asking you if you would like to contact us at rabbigaon@gmail.com for any reasons, questions, dedication, and if you could help us out. We're trying to build what we're doing even further and to try to give some money for needy family for Pesach. You could donate and dedicate that money for needy families through our PayPal account on our website, which is Yeshiva.Etzion.com. Just specify that it's for Pesach donation, and we'll make sure to give that money to the people as soon as possible. This year is dedicated for Refuah Shlema of Yitzchak Kadesh ben Devorah, and for Refuah Shlema of Yosefa Bat Chava, and for all the other people that we have in mind, and for the Atzlacha, success, Shefa, Bracha ve'Atzlacha, and abundance for Yonatan ben Rachamim, Ilan ben Tzion, Fegel Sarah bat Reuven Leib, and all other Bnei Israel who need the Shefa, Bracha ve'Atzlacha, Parnasa, wealth and abundance. Patach Rabbi Yosef ve'amar. Rabbi Yosef said the following, based on the pasuk in Iyov, V'lo amar ayeh Eloha osi noten zemirot balayla, and he did not say, where is my God, my Maker, noten, who gives zemirot. Zemirot is singing, psalms, at night. Come and see. When the northern wind awakens, in other words, if you ever stayed up all night, I guess you never see the sunrise unless you stayed up all night. You would see that certain times of the night, and the same thing certain times of the day, the winds change. It's very fascinating. When I lived in Eretz Israel, there are certain places, like where my parents live, or in Tiberia, sometimes it's like by the minute, you can tell what time it is. You're sitting down in your apartment, you open both windows, both directions of wind, and nothing is happening. All of a sudden, you see the wind, the shades or whatever it is, the curtains start to move, and you feel the wind. And sometimes it will be like quite of a wind. It was more than a breeze, and then it would stop. It will go on for half hour, 45 minutes, and it would stop. In the Kinneret, there is a wind, the western wind that comes almost every day. Around 2 to 10, this wind will come. They call it Sharakia. It's the wind that comes. It's almost by, if I cover my hand and all of a sudden you see the Kinneret, which is calm like oil, and no waves there. You look, you see the waves come, and then all of a sudden there becomes, it's probably 2 o'clock. You look, it is 2 o'clock. At night, the same thing happens. Winds change, the earth changes, whatever that is. So the Ruach Tzafon, the northern wind comes. When the northern wind comes, Nechlak Halayla, the night splits. It's about midnight. Midnight, do not confuse midnight with 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock is only midnight when the day is equal, 6 to 6. Midnight will be middle of the night, which will be after sunset to dawn. That's the night. So whatever night will be. It says, we already explained it previously. Now, this is the physical. We're going to move into the spiritual. We already explained previously. ששלהבת אחת יוצאת ומכה תחת כנפיו של התרנגול. Again, these are all, how should we say it? These are all metaphors. But there's remez behind it. There is a bolt of fire that comes out and strikes the wings of the rooster, anoten lesechvi bina, who gives the rooster bina, intellect, to understand to be able to distinguish between Ben Yom uven Laila. When is that? Middle of the night. The rooster comes out. Rooster don't start calling it, sunrise. They start in the middle of the night many times. So how is that? Gives it a little smack, like this. Umakatachat knafav, underneath the wings of the rooster. V'hu dofek beknafav, and because of that he moves his wings, v'koreh, and he calls out. What does he call? That's an Israeli rooster. American rooster will say cock-a-doodle-doo. Yeah. And v'ashalhevet ahi, and when that bolt of fire comes and reaches me'oreret kenegdo, mabit ba umizda'azeh v'koreh. It looks at it and he gets. 1 second. Who is calling? Mashiach is calling me. It's Avner. Tell Avner it's 2 days in a row. And then he calls upon him, and then it trembles and it starts calling. And he's calling. Why? Ukshemebit umistakel. Why does he do that? Bishvil kavod adonav, for the honor of his master. Why does he do that? La'asot retzono, to do the will of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, v'koreh libnei adam, and he calls upon humans, ve'al kach, and because of that, nikra shmo sechvi. Sechvi, leshon habata. Habata is to contemplate, to look. So it goes like this, in a way, the attributes from Shamayim counts, wakes it up, everybody get up, that's his job. V'lachen nikra gam gever. Gever is also kriyat gever, which is the rooster. Mishum sheme'orer beshalhevet agvura. Why it's called gever? Not because he's not because of that. Because he's being awakened or inspired by the bolt or the fire of gvura, mightiness. So therefore, if you want to be a man, you are a man in English. In Hebrew, in order to be rewarded with the title Gever, you need to be a gibor, you need to be a hero. And you're a hero if you're able to overcome your urges, and one of the biggest urges that we have is to oversleep. So I don't care how much muscles you got in your pecs, you're not a real gever if you tend to oversleep. A gever is a gibor. And a gibor needs to wake up like a hero. And when it gets up like a hero, there's no like this. It gets up. Come on, let's get going. Chop chop. It's in the army. It's very good to go to the army because it forces you to be a man. Because you don't have time to sleep. They'll come in and they'll toss you off the bed and throw a firecracker or something. And the gvura, the attribute of gvura, awakens the world. You cannot go like this, honey, darling, sweetie, little monster, get up for school. That's not going to happen. Oh, mommy, leave me alone. I want to go to sleep. I used to remember how my father used to wake us up, and I tell you the truth, I hated it. No, I hated it. Why? Because I was a buffoon. And now I said, oh my goodness, thank God that my father is my father and woke me up the way he did, because I don't have a problem getting up in the morning now. My father used to come to the room. Of course, we didn't have any heat in the house. It was, Israel still was winter, winter, spring, summer, or fall. All you got to do is call. And then he called us. He used to come to our room. He used to do the army trumpet. Open the shades like this. And oh my goodness. Abba, please. That's it. Windows are open. And we'll get out of bed and it will be our lives. And guess what? Thanks to my dad, I don't have a problem getting up in the morning. I get up, I'm out of bed, it's out of bed. Because I want to get out of bed. And I tell you that, I wish I would be near my father now in Israel to have the luxury for him to wake me up like that. I cannot Cannot tell you how much I would love him to come and wake me up like that. But we're not supposed to live on the past. We should live the present for the sake of the future. But anyway, that's how you do it. You need to be a gibor. And in the army, they wake you up with trumpets, right? When I was in the Air Force Academy, 4:30 in the morning, they used to play on the radio in Galei Tzahal at the time. Things were a little different. They used to play Kriyat Shema. There was a guy who had a voice like God, Shema, like this. Used to put it in the loudspeaker. I thought that was like in a re-education camp in North Korea or North Vietnam, like the loudspeakers. Shema Yisrael. Oh goodness! And I used to get up. It's not a problem because I got used to it. You have to be a gibor. You have to be a gibor to be a gever. Otherwise, you're going to be a big teddy bear. You're not going to be a hero. You're going to have plenty of time to sleep and oversleep. Let's not rush there. So, the Gvura comes and awakens the world. Then, Elu bnei ha'emunah omdim v'notim Gvura v'koach leknesset Yisrael. Those who are the children of emunah, nice belief, they come in and they give koach to Knesset Yisrael. We'll see exactly how it happens. V'zeh nikra rina shel Torah. That's called the joy of Torah. Ve'al zen, because of that, a person that gets up in the middle of the night, because of that, Zachat David b'malchut. David HaMelech, was awarded with malchut, to become a king. Who? Him, uvanav, his children, le'olamim, forever. U'ledorei dorot, and to generations to come. וכשהתרנגול קורא ובני אדם ישנים במיטתם, when the rooster is calling and people are sleeping in their beds, קורא התרנגול, he calls, ואחר כך אומר מה שאומר, and then he says what he says. וכבר העמדנו, we already said, ואחר כך מכה בכנפיו, he hits the wings and he says, אוי לפלוני, Mr. Anonymous, without calling names, Megadef me'adono, azuv me'adono. He who is sleeping, he is cursed by his master. He is left from his master. Why? Because he did not bother to awaken his spirit and did not look and contemplate in the Kavod HaMelech to see what the honor of the king. The honor of the king is when the king is down, you're up. Now when the king is up, you're sleeping. So a person like this, when he's sleeping, it means the master doesn't care about him. Uksheir hayom, on the day when morning breaks, morning has broke, right? The morning has broken. Hakaruz koreh alav v'omer, comes the karuz, the MC of the world comes and calls upon him, and it says, Velo amar, he did not say, Ayeh Eloha, where is my God? Osi, who made me. Noten zmirot, who gave us, what is the zmirot? Zmirot is the Torah. Who gave us the Torah. Why? כדי לעזור לו באלוה תשבחות ולהיות הכל בעזרה אחת. To be able, why didn't you do it? Because it's important. Why is it important? To connect heaven and earth. The Malachim are saying, Zmirot to Hashem, you are sleeping? והיה צריך לומר, מה הוא עושה? Who is my maker? Where is he? Right? You're calling for Hashem, calling upon him. אלא, but בשעה שהאדם קם בחצות הלילה, when a person wakes up in the middle of the night, ועוסק ברינה של תורה, and deals with the joy of Torah, he's doing בשמחה. כי רינה של תורה אינה נקראת אלא בלילה. The real joy of learning Torah is only at night. It's different, and you can tell. It's a different energy when we learn Gemara at 10 o'clock at night. I mean, all of a sudden you feel like you're on cruise control. You feel like tremendous energy, and you can go on forever, right? And that's what it is. It says, "Ela balayla v'kshu nimtza be'esek haTorah." When you're in the middle of learning Torah, kesheir hayom, when day breaks, Hakadosh Baruch Hu, God Himself, u'Knesset Yisrael, what is so called Knesset Israel, that attribute that's called Knesset Israel, metaknim oto bechut shel chesed. They apply upon him a string of mercy, of chesed, of grace on him. Li'inatzel me'akol, to be saved by all. And by the way, the halacha says the same thing, right? Ule'ayir oto ben ha'yolim v'atachtonim, and to shed light upon him, both in heaven and on earth. Rabbi Yehuda says, I heard that Rav Abba said this pasuk in a different way. Ayeh Eloha Osi, Oseli Hayatzich Lomar. Osi means he made me. We should say Oseli, who's doing for me. Ma'u Osi, Ela Kmo She'amarta, as you said, as you established it before. B'sha'ah she'ukam bechatzot halayla, when you wake up in the middle of the night and you're during Torah, Keshemeir Hayom, when the day breaks, Mitorer Avraham Bo'oto chut shelo, Avraham Avinu, that attribute in Shamayim that became Avraham Avinu, or Avraham Avinu, or the spirit of Avraham Avinu in Shamayim is awakened with what? With the same chut of chesed that you had applied, connected to it. Because Avraham is chesed. Shekatuv bo, why dafka Avraham bechesed? Because Avraham, it says, Michut ve'atzroch na'al. What's chut? The string. I don't want a string, chut, a thread. So the thread of grace is suspended on you. That is how you're waking up Avraham Avinu. Guess what happened when you oversleep? You had a problem with the guy up there. והקדוש ברוך הוא, כנסת ישראל, מתקנים אותו, they fix him up, ועושים אותו בכל יום בריאה חדשה. And you start every day as a new entity. You're a new person. In other words, forget about what you did yesterday. Forget it. It's a new chance to start a new life every single day. But when you don't have this chesed, you are continued the misery of the day before into today. In other words, there's no hope for you. Get up early. It's actions. Imagine if you wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning. When you wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning, there are, I wouldn't say half the world, but at least in your area, most of the people are already busy doing. All you're going to be doing is catching up to everybody. You lost, that day is lost. You're not going to make it. It's finished for you. You'll be catching up, playing catching up all day long, and you're never going to catch up. That's why people get somewhere, and there's some people who always follow. It's the way it works. When you come 5 minutes late to work, you're going to be 5 minutes behind everybody else. But those 5 minutes accumulate throughout your years, and before you know, and it's the same thing. Imagine, for example, a person comes to Yeshiva, two guys. A person comes to Yeshiva every single day. Let's say he came, 200 days a year. The other person, one day yes, one day no, one day yes, one day no. So he came only 100 days a year. In a year, the guy's already a year ahead of him. And in 3 years, more and more and more, he'll never going to be able to catch up to him. And if you think he's going to catch up to him in retirement, no, he won't. Because it becomes a habit. And you become a tail to everything else. You're never going to be able to take an initiative in your life. You're a follower. And then you're going to wait every single day for your life to finish, because it's like meaningless and useless and so on and so forth. Don't blame anybody, buddy. So instead of watching the Hawaii 5-0 at night, learn a Mishnah or something at night. Why you need to watch Hawaii 5-0? The good guys always win. Or whatever it is at night. I don't know why you watch at night. Why you want to watch NASCAR or whatever it is, spinning around like this, 30 miles an hour, 300 miles an hour spinning around. You want to learn how to drive, go take a rally course, go learn how to drive, go do it. If you want to be successful in life, so don't sit down, don't sleep, go become successful. Get up and become successful. Go for it. I want this and I want to become, and then you're going to one day, you're going to reach in your life a point, you're going to say, well, I should have been that, or I could have become that, but I'm not. This is nothing changes. You were just too lazy. When everybody else was running and getting what they wanted, you were just planning on watching Hawaii 5-0, whatever else you were doing. And the same thing for Talmud Torah. You have people, they started the same class together. They went to yeshiva together. One person kept on coming, and he eventually became a Ben Torah. And then he became a Talmid Chacham. And then he became a rabbi, and he wrote books. The other one said, oh, I could have, and I should, and I so on and so forth, and so on and so forth. It's the kung fu of life. You have to be persistent. You have to have endurance to persevere. It's a long It's a marathon, but it's a beautiful thing because scenery changes and your attitude would start at night. How you start your day. And you need to connect it in a beautiful way. So when you become a new Bria, Ze shene'emar Eloha osai. Well, He made me today. He made me to a new thing. In other words, when I get up in the morning and I take the initiative to get up in the morning, when I am the one who shuts the alarm clock before it rings, I became new. Because now I have hope. I'm starting something. I'm starting my day doing something. I'm not waiting for things to happen to me. I am doing it. Vare already says that those letters, Amed, Aleph, Lamed, Vav, and Hey, is Aleph, Lamed, Zehu Avraham, Shekatuv bo Hakel Hagadol, the great God, Aleph, Lamed. Vav, this is HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Hey, this is Knesset Israel. And that is the word Eloha, Aleph, Lamed, Vav, Hey, Eloha. So therefore you see the remnants of Avraham Avinu in it. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Knesset Israel, see, this, you make yourself by connecting yourself to that. והם עושים את האדם ומתקנים אותו בכל יום. And they fix him up every single day. ועל זה נאמר, and that's because of that it was said, see, He made me. כמו ישמח ישראל בעושיו. Israel, Yaakov or Am Israel is rejoicing on those who made him. And how do you make yourself? Based on what you decide to connect yourself to it. Amar Rabbi Yosef, Vadai kachu ve'akol davar echad. It says, without a doubt, that's what it is, and it's all connected. So therefore, it all connected. It's one thing. Your successes in life, your failure in life, it's all one thing, and it all starts at how you decide to start your day, how you decide to connect yourself to good or to bad. It's very important to continue learning. You have questions, we all have questions. But don't use the fact that you have questions and wondering not to learn, because then it's going to become a habit for you to have questions and never bother answering them. So if you have questions, come and discuss it, and you'll see. And most of the time you'll see that the question that you ask and the answers that you will look at are exactly the same. You just did not want to hear that there is an answer to your question. You would rather stay with a question as an excuse not to get anywhere in your life. On that, Chazal said, Haser atzmecha min hasafek. Remove yourself from doubt. And how is that you have a doubt? Bother to look for an answer. If not, this is how you're going to live your life. So may He, Ratzon B'fnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that we should not have any doubts. And ha'emunah will be emunah shlema. And we'll be able to learn Torah Lishma. And all our needs and all the needs of Am Yisrael will be answered, will be granted from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And He will call upon Him Melech Malkei HaMelachim. And Bezat Hashem, this is going to be the true salvation on the second day of Nisan. Amen.